what I learned by listening to the Spirit is so essential to missionary work. I really learned to develop the skill to listen to Heavenly Father and the Spirit. And there was just one time I was training, and my companion and I, we like to have every hour planned out before the day, and I actually was not big into finding, because I believe there's more effective ways to do missionary work, like to be with the members. I believe that's like the key thing is referrals, to be with the members all the time. And but we did plan an hour to go finding. It's in an area called Gumteen, and we're like, hey, we planned this time. Like, this is where we felt like we needed to go. Let's go. So we just got done teaching lesson, and we're heading to this area to go. As I'm walking up these stairs, I was always trying to listen to the Spirit. I felt the Spirit just kind of whisper to me, tell me, you need to go over here. It's like we were planning to go on the train like a couple stops down, and to go to an area, but I felt the Spirit, and I was listening to it tell me to go over here to an area, specifically just in this area. And we were going upstairs, and I was like, wait, no, Elder, we're going this way. And just kind of told him, it's like, no, we need to go this way. And I was like trying to feel and like listen to Spirit, see where I should go. And we get directed to this specific area. Had no idea why. No idea. But it's one area. In Hong Kong, you usually cannot knock doors, but there's one area or a couple areas where you can, because you can't knock on Chuns, the apartment buildings, but there are like miniature houses that you can, that they have. And they call them Chunok. And we're just knocking doors. And we meet this young man, no idea at the time, but he comes to the door and he's like actually kind of interested. We had him in flyers like, oh, we also have English class. And he's like, okay, cool. And like his parents he's like, oh, the missionaries. And they're like, oh, no. I'm like, no, thank you. And so like, we just knock on a couple more doors and like we just leave, and we're like, okay, like I don't know why we're supposed to go there, but sure. And the next day, I think, or that night, he texts us. And we gave him our number, and we're like, that never happens. Like, that never happens to have someone text you first, you know? He texts us, he's like, I'm really interested in English class. And we're like, okay. But we're like, we're going to teach him. You know, like, we're going to baptize this guy. And we shared with him the gospel, taught him, and he just loved it. He loved it. He wanted to get baptized straight away. It was the most wonderful thing to have a Spirit lead you to someone like that. Someone so prepared. He's, I guess, what you call the golden investigator. He loved it all. He knew the Book of Mormon was true straight away. Unfortunately, his parents wouldn't let him get baptized. But he was ready. After I left that area, and even I was home, I've been home almost 2 years, about a year and a half out since I've been home, he finally got baptized. He still kept going to church, still kept going to activities. He considered himself a member, even though his parents wouldn't let him get baptized. But finally, they allowed him. And he endured. Heavenly Father helped, and I believe he's going to do many wonderful things. His name's Chase. That's his English name. And just the way Heavenly Father led us by the Spirit was just, it amazes me. And if I had not been listening, we wouldn't have been able to find him. Maybe later missionaries would have, but at that specific time, that helped me a lot. And it amazed me how much he wanted me to be helped, as much as Chase. And he was a miracle, and it was the coolest thing. And I left that area. I got done training. I go and train again, and I started leading my own zone, and I learned a ton there. And I feel like the key thing that I learned was just listening to the Spirit. And throughout my whole entire mission, the thing I enjoyed the most was bearing my testimony. I looked forward to it. I always did. Just bearing my testimony of the Book of Mormon, of the gospel. I know Heavenly Father lives, and telling people that there's life after death.